on Dennis Quaid, and Dennis Quaid has seen some shit.
Hey folks, Mike Barron here. Every time we do a crowdfunder, we place it on Fund My Comic because Luke Stone is a great guy. He's a stand-up guy. And most importantly, Fund My Comic is very comic creator friendly. They won't kick you off if some purple-haired freak writes in and tells them to kick you off. His fees are also very low. I recommend Fund My Comic for any comic or graphic novel projects you intend to do.
In the middle of the night or early Friday morning, depending upon where you are in the world, a group of experienced comics professionals get together to examine and instruct about the art form that they love. That's great comic artwork on Comics by Night, Fridays at 5 a.m. Eastern, here on the Indie Comics Network, indiecomicsnetwork.com.
What was that? This is not a charade.
Hey, Roland Mann here of Silverline Comics. I just wanted to take a minute to sing the praises of Fund My Comic. I'll tell you, we have done about 30 crowdfunders, most of them on Kickstarter, a couple of them on Indiegogo. But one of the things I love so much about Fund My Comic is the fact that you can get help immediately. We had not issues, not problems, but I had questions. How can I do this? How can I do that? Cause it's, it's a new platform. And Luke responded to me almost like that, pretty quickly. And that's one of the things that I absolutely love about Fund My Comic. I feel like there's a real person behind the screen there that cares about me, cares about my product, cares about what I'm trying to accomplish, and is there to help and assist me when I have questions, even if they're silly. I absolutely love that about Fund My Comic.
I do the job, and then I get paid.
They are alone. They are a dying people. We should let them pass.
Who, the direct comic market or the crab trolling whisper network?
Yes.
So this is the divine intervention. You could become a spiritual guru on your own, but you just have to tie your shoes, and you just have to know how to eat burritos backwards.
What a crowd. What a crowd. Check your marks, folks. Welcome to Nerd Bacon. Yes, this is Nerd Bacon. No Luke Stone today. No dancing Tony Danza either, and I apologize for that. We all know how much we were looking forward to that. I pulled in a few other things instead. Could have done the Benny Hill outro, but decided not to. Anyway, we're really glad you're here, everybody. Everybody in the house, hit that like button up there. We are going to talk about comics and news and stuff and just stuff. Right now, it's just Glenn and I. If you want to come in, let me know. And I'll send you a link. I might even post the link for you to join us if you'd like. Comic book black belts in the house. I see that. Look at that. Russ might be back. Russ says, hey, yo. Oh, he says, hey, ho. Excuse me. Hey, Russ. Rabbit Hole says hi. You want to come in? Maybe I'll just throw it in there. It says, get in, Mike Barron. Yeah. Yeah, I ran across that clip in his collection of videos. So that could be a reframing. That could use a reframing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Roland's video. Yeah, sorry. Roland gained weight. We're working on that. Just always these technical difficulties. Luke, decided to take at least a week off. Didn't want to do the bacon. And I said, we have to do bacon because there's too many people out there. He's got too large of an audience, and there's too many folks out there that listen to us while they're working, and that kind of depend on bacon every Thursday. Right, Clint?
Yeah, you can't get too much bacon.
Can't get too much bacon. Absolutely. So anyway, this episode, hopefully this episode only, I am your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find my work over at aerocomics.store. I've been doing comics longer than most of you have been alive. But anyway, since about the mid 80s, Aero Comics, a little bit of Antarctic Press, a little bit of Caliber, a lot of bad lettering for Caliber, and I really apologize for that. Aero Comics again, Weeby Comics, Massive Comics, and a little bit better stuff for Caliber. I did a War of the Worlds 5-part series that I'm pretty proud of. You can still find that over on Amazon. Look for War of the Worlds Infestation. But most of my stuff's over at aerocomics.store, and there's a lot more stuff coming as well. We just finished off the Shadow Kingdom campaign, and really proud of that. And I do 2 podcasts over at the Indie Comics Network, 2 days a week, Friday morning, and they're all early in the morning, so I don't have to be formal over there because it's so early. Friday morning at 5 a.m. my time. It's about 10 a.m. Glenn's time, and Russ usually joins us. We do Comics by Night, where we look at some great comic stuff, the best sequential art that I can find, that I've got sitting here in my basement, and I'm here in my basement here, just a little south of Flint, Michigan. And then Sunday Funnies at 9 a.m. Sunday morning, where we look at the more unusual material, a lot of which is very inspirational, that I love, that I've collected over the years. This Sunday, we're going to be looking at a DC special issue that's all Jack Cole Plastic Man. And if you're not familiar with Jack Cole, if you're not familiar with Plastic Man, I definitely think you should stop by and get a small education into this genius, the sequential art genius that did Plastic Man and made it literally the hot character that it was back in the 40s. So I implore you to swing by then. Indie Comics Network, Randy Zim YouTube channel, and the Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel. Go over there and take a look. Joining me today, hopefully, to help us talk, Mr. Glenn Fleming. Glenn, introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name's Glenn Fleming. I'm a writer, artist, and publisher. I write lots of books. So they're all on Amazon. There's 11 there, 10 or 11 books. I write science fiction. I write Kennedy assassination, children's books, manned spaceflight books, all kinds of things, sports books, everything. But relevant to this program is this one, which is Jack Kirby Words and Pictures, which is details my trip to see Jack Kirby at his home in California in 1998 and 1991. There's also a film documentary.
No, I can't hear you.
Can you hear?
Still there?
Yeah. There's also a DVD film documentary that you can get through me. Just contact me, get that if you want that. I publish Comics Unlimited every now and again. It's a 100-page magazine on comics. And if you go to Fund My Comic, you get a copy of my Hatch annotated book, which details the life, as it were, of my character Hatch, with lots of published and unpublished artwork in there. You can see the process and where he came from and what he's about. So yeah, if you just Google my name, I'm sure you'll find me somewhere.
He's everywhere. He's everywhere, folks.
He's everywhere and nowhere, baby.
Had trouble with my mic cord. If it's not one thing, it's another. Like last Friday, I was having trouble with the cable company. So now I've got trouble with the cables. Always something. I am going to plant the link in the chat for anybody to join us that's in the chat. You're welcome to come on. I just ask of you 2 things. 1, you be a friend of this channel and of Nerd Bacon. And 2, that you have professional equipment, that you got a camera and a microphone and you're not talking on your phone. That's the only 2 things I ask. And I'm going to plant that right now. It's in the chat. So, and if it's after, if you're watching or listening to this program afterwards, we're done, we're not going to be here. So, obviously.
Where is everybody?
Well, yeah, we'll all be gone. The bacon will still be sizzling. We just won't be here. But we felt it necessary, Glenn and myself, to at least get this bacon sizzling. Maybe Pedro will join us. Maybe Russ will join us if he's back from vacation. Maybe somebody else in the chat will be kind enough to jump in and talk, because we talk all the time. We talk twice a week on those shows. So there's a lot of stuff we've already covered that a lot of Luke's audience is not privy to. Like Glenn says, our best conversations happen off the mic. So
yeah, they're the indictable ones.
Yeah. Hojo says he was first for once. Baconeers assemble.
Yeah.
There you are. So listening at work, get ready to sizzle. Hope so. Hey, yo. Russ in the house. Russ says hi. Everybody says hi back to Russ. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good holiday if you're still out there. Oh wow, rolling gain weight. Yep. We're working on that problem. Bab 5. Nice. Thanks. Yeah, when I kept thinking about that quote, because if you know Babylon 5, that's from the first from the pilot episode, the first time really Sinclair talks to Kosh, who's a Vorlon, who's a very mystical alien being. And I won't spoil the story for you, but a lot of the show focuses around that Vorlon. And Sinclair goes to Kosh and asks him about a vote between the Centauri and two of the alien races. Babylon 5 is kind of like a United Nations in space. And Sinclair goes in and asks Kosh how he's going to vote. And Kosh basically says the Centauri and the Jakar's race, Narns, the Centauri and the Narns are dying people, and we should just let them die. And Sinclair goes, which one, the Centauri or the Narn? And Kosh says, yes.
Yeah.
And that's the entire, and Kosh is from a really, really old race. So I took that when I was a kid, back when B5 was first on. I'm a huge fan of that show and huge fan of that writing. But I took that right off the bat as Kosh telling Sinclair that the two of them, the two races, the Narn and the Centauri, were really the same race. Right. And they never covered that on the show. But when it came to my opinion of this troll whisper network and this so-called corporate comic direct market, pretty much the same people.
Well, what do they say? The more things change, the more they remain the same. So
yeah,
this is going on forever.
They're an old people, and they deserve to die. They deserve to pass. So. But the real comics out there right now, the real proving ground is in the alternative and independent market, which is where we're at. So I can't, it's just a matter of distribution and getting seen out there at this point, marketing. Hey, yeah, chat.
Just for a matter of trivia, that Babylon 5 series was the first thing I ever bought on eBay.
Did you? Oh,
yeah,
did you sit and watch it?
I've not seen it all. I've watched the first few. When it picks up when Box Lightner comes in, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. In season 2, yeah.
But the cast have been leaving us, haven't they? The girl, what's she called? She's Czechoslovakian actress.
Yeah,
I can't remember the name. Myra, what's she called? I can't remember the name.
Myra.
But
oh man, it's been so long. I know Jerry Doyle passed quite a while ago, and the doctor, that's the main doctor on the series, Franklin, he passed. Yeah, the Minbari lead
guy
passed. The guy who played Veer, he's passed.
Did
the second to the Centauri lead?
Did I hear right that we're going to remake it?
They talk about a reboot every couple of years, and JMS Straczynski keeps hoping that it'll get remade. But yeah, exactly. The thing is perfect the way that it was, even though it was on a cheap budget. It's kind of like Doctor Who. The writing on the show, and Blake 7, I feel the same way about. The writing on the show carries past the inadequacies of the effects budget.
Yes.
in so many ways. And it's just a great, great show to sit through. And the thing with Babylon 5 is that it's like a large novel. You read the first couple of chapters, you might not like it, but if you bear through it, by the time you get about 4 episodes in, you figure out that it's really this grand tapestry that Straczynski's telling, and he does an incredible job at it. And personally, I think it's the best thing he's ever done and probably will ever do.
That getting past the it's Mr. Russ.
Good morning, Russ. How are you?
Russ, Russ, you're looking really brown.
Suffering from an airplane cold at the moment.
Oh right. No!
I got back off holiday and then started suffering, so it's great.
Got the plane crud. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like con crud. I should stop this banner here that's rolling that says we'll be live soon.
Yeah, we're live now.
That might be a good thing.
Barely.
We're alive. Yeah, barely alive. Barely alive. Yeah, no Luke today. He just wanted to take a little time off. He's been gotten himself busy on a few other things. And I said, man, you got to do Nerd Bacon because there's too many people out there that listen to this show, that like the show. Yeah. And hey, folks, if you're going to buy into a FMC, a Fund My Comic campaign, I don't have any guests scheduled to come on and push a campaign today. But if you buy into one, let me know because I'd love to flip you the bird. So, and that's what it's there for. So, yeah, come on in. I did post the link in the chat. You're always welcome to come on. We're just going to talk for a little while. I got an article up, but I was looking for news. You know, there's not a whole lot of news. So, not a whole lot of news. I've been waiting for. There is none. Yeah, I've been waiting for word. I want to see that article about the stockholders meeting that IDW had because I want to know what happened. Because their editor-in-chief stepped down.
Many people fainted
and ran. Yeah,
chaos.
Well, that's been IDW for
dogs and cats
3 or 4 years
together.
now. Yeah,
mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria.
Maybe there's no news because the entire situation has been nuked and just disappeared.
The entire comic market has fallen over.
If they were filing, they would have made mention of it, or at least sent out a press release, unless they asked the stockholders not to say anything until they filed proper papers. I don't know.
It's a bit like everything, isn't it?
Rabbit Hole says, hey there, Cloudy.
Politics, media, entertainment. They're just a whole bunch of idiots have made their way to the top of making decisions.
Fell for that.
Now
one.
It's all falling apart.
Yes, it is.
Everything. Yeah, everything. Yeah.
Everything.
Yep.
Everybody says, hey, Gray Cloud Day says, I'll be here, but doing things around the trailer. All right. Gray Cloud Day. Gray Cloudy Day. Nice of you to join us, though. Glad you're here. So when I get my microphone and everything set up, that would be awesome. Well, let us know. Cool. Luke will probably have you on Gray Cloud. So, yeah. Babylon 5 was a great show. It was. Ran for 5 seasons. They ended the story in 4. So, it's good.
Yeah, the best episode I remember, without giving anything away, was when they... it was like a TV show, and they had...
Yeah, some people running around with cameras and stuff.
Yeah, that was. I thought that was brilliant. And then they cut for advertising, didn't they? And they'd have an advert on about something, and they go back to it.
I did like the way, spoiler, but I'm not going to stop myself. I did like the way you went back in time and the way they looped it. I quite enjoyed the way they finished it off, actually.
Well, that was an act of convenience, really, because the guy who played Sinclair, Michael O'Hare, was having a lot of bad problems and had to step out after the first season. So Bruce Boxleitner came in, but Straczynski had a mission for that particular character, and O'Hare got better enough to play the Sinclair again. So he brought him back and looped it the way that he wanted the story to go.
That. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was very ingenious.
Yeah, really good.
It's really good, yeah.
I like the whole sort of the nods towards more ancient races and times before. I mean, you can see some of that come out in Only Death Can Save Us. Actually, it's like that similar kind of thinking that there's there's so much more back in the past. It hasn't just all turned up now. Yeah, it's good.
And you want to talk about these writers, because lately on Facebook I've ranted a couple of times and I shouldn't have, about how if you want to tell a message, if you want to get your political point across, you do it entertainingly. You don't do it
Yeah, put it
just
in a story.
slap people in the face with it. You do it within the realm of a story. Rod Serling was great at that. Gene Roddenberry was great at that. And I think Straczynski was incredibly good at that.
Yeah.
In putting a lot of his personal opinion into those episodes,
And
and
we all
did it
know
incredibly
that he's a bit
well.
of a dick.
Yeah. Well, everybody's got their faults.
Yeah, but he did manage to put stuff into there. But I mean, you just look at Gene Roddenberry and what he put into, but it's so disingenuous when people say, "Oh, they used to be woke this and woke that, and everything's about politics." It's like, no, it wasn't. What it did was it injected those things into stories in a clever way that someone could get their point across to you without feeling like you're being hit around the face with a wet fish.
Yeah,
it's about and I'm with you on this, and it because I saw somebody comment on the Acolyte earlier saying, oh, I'm a bit sort of fed up with all these people complaining about woke, but this show really is crap, and it's like, that's the point, mate.
Yeah,
that really is the whole point. So much of this is just awful. And it doesn't matter what you put in the stories. You can put whatever you like in there, okay, as long as it's entertaining. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
But people don't get that.
Even if the point everybody's going to argue with you about, you can still put it in there and you do it entertainingly. You get your point across. People still love you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and you can. The great thing about those comic books we used to read and the stories we used to listen to, or watch or whatever, is that those things were in there, but they did it in a way that you could take it or leave it. And I think the difference now is that a lot of people that are writing now feel like not only should they put that in there, it should be the main thing that they put in, and that they should convince you. And if you don't leave the cinema or the book thinking exactly the way that they think, then you are evil. And it's like, that's how you lose audiences. That's how you lose interest.
Or if you don't like it.
Or if you don't like it. If you just say, do you know what, it's not for me. Bigot! And it's like, oh, seriously, really?
You're an ist or a phobe or a bigot or whatever, yeah. Yep.
Well, I've switched off completely now.
Yeah, I don't. It's just not entertaining anymore.
There's so little of that stuff that is.
Yes, yeah. So I think, for me, the most entertainment I'm getting at the moment is making books.
Yeah.
Is reading the scripts that you send me. And actually, creating stuff. What I did do, and something that I did notice, and actually Charles Santino made a comment on one of my posts. I read through both of these books.
Okay.
The Savage Sword of Conan. I did actually notice a distinct difference in storytelling from those and from the Conan the Barbarian monthlies.
Okay.
When obviously, was it Roy Thomas? Wasn't writing all of them. And Charles pointed that out. But they were these ones, the black and white ones, it had me completely gripped. I'd stopped reading because I was just so busy and out of time and out of energy, and I went away for a week and we did nothing. It was brilliant. Even though I've come back with a hideous cold, I came back with energy. Do you know what I mean? And I did a lot of reading while I was sitting around doing nothing, in and out of the jacuzzi, and
that's why you look boiled. Yeah, okay.
It really hit me just the quality of the writing and how much I enjoyed it, and it's like I'm now keen to go back and see other books. I'm always picking up older books anyway, but really dive into some stories again and just read some really good stuff, and keen to create new stuff. And I think, as much as it's a bit woeful to see the state of entertainment in general and the state of comic books in general, there are flashes in the pan. There are, good stuff. There is still good stuff out there, and there's an amazing opportunity for people to create good stuff.
Yeah.
So if you don't like stuff, you can have a bit of a moan. We're having a bit of a moan. Okay, have a bit of a moan, but keep it positive. Go out there and make things. Make new stuff. Make new things.
Madness.
Only Russ can save us. Yeah.
Madness is in the house. Only Russ can save us. How you doing, Pops? Doing all right?
Hiya, Pops.
Hiya, Pops. Levi in the house. Levi Skeen.
Dave's there as well.
Hello, let's chat. Gray and cloudy. Still here saying hello. Everybody's saying hello. Hello, hello, hello. See, I knew we had to do this show today.
Yeah. Yeah, people like it.
Levi said, if you had the money, would you buy IDW? No.
No, it's rotten to the core.
No,
now.
I would not.
I think it's gone. And in any case, it has too much debt from a business perspective. I wouldn't
Yes.
buy it. Too
Yes.
much debt. So there's two reasons not to buy it.
And I don't mean to sound bitter, but it's gonna sound mean and vicious. But they've burned too many bridges.
Yeah, they have.
Their reputation is shot.
Yeah.
And they need to really consider about the direction that they're going in. And the last Ronin book was good, and that's probably kept the company somewhat alive,
again,
even though they keep chalking up loss after loss every quarter.
It's the only thing keeping them alive.
Yeah.
How can you have a Last Ronin 2? How does that work?
It's the last Ronin.
I think doing things like that shows you how creatively bankrupt so many studios and publishing houses are.
I was just going to say, it's not just IDW. It's
no,
all
it's
across
everyone. Yeah,
Yep.
it's across the board.
Yep.
And they're creatively bankrupt, and part of that isn't just, you can't just always look at the creatives. It's like it's this regime that's forced upon them by the bean counters, who won't take risks, who won't do anything different. I'm not relinquishing blame from any creatives. There's plenty of them out there doing stupid things, saying stupid stuff. But a lot, especially in Hollywood, I think a lot of it's corporate culture, and it doesn't help. It doesn't help creative process at all. And that's what when people want to be entertained, it's not just it's not just a transaction. It's not an Excel sheet. It's an emotional interaction with a story, and if it's too corporatized and too many focus groups are involved instead of real creatives, then that's what happens. People start going, "No, I'm checking out."
Yeah, I think it's a little late, gray, cloudy day for IDW. I do. I think that when they first started, they had a great concept, and I was in San Diego when they first introduced. And I'm sitting there looking at their stuff and going, "Oh, okay, bunch of guys in a storage shed out on the coast of California, bunch of surfer bums just wanting to do comics." Okay, and then they turned into this big conglomerate, and they slowly evolved into corporate.
They'd still put a ridiculous valuation on the company, and if I had that much money to buy a company of that kind of valuation, I'd just start my own.
Amen. Besides, folks, we really want to save our money to start renting the Marvel and DC characters as soon as they become available.
As soon as they become available, which they will. It's going to happen.
It'll be eventually, yeah. Yep. So, anybody out there, if I don't get it first, if you need somebody to write Killraven, I'm your man. I'm your guy. I will be there in a heartbeat. Yeah, we'll talk. I can work for very, very little money on that property. So, and do something great. I love that. Love that book. Madness says, "I'm not really here. I'm just a figment of Randy's imagination." There we are. I have a very vivid imagination, Pops, but I don't think you've been part of it. A cheap fake, if you will. Ha ha. Yeah. Okay. Genuine Comics is in the house. Greeting everyone. Hope you're doing all right, Dave. We're all here. We're just talking. Hey. Hey, down. Greetings. Hello. Spitballing.
Love that term.
It's all action, Randy. LOL.
So American.
It's all action. Louis. It's very good. Good point on why not to buy. Well, there's some things out there, would be worth it. If I had that kind of money, I'd chase after a few properties, but I don't think I'd buy IDW and assume that debt. That's not something anybody would look forward to. There's too many great old properties out there that are just sitting, gathering dust. Like getting Mike Gustovich inspired about Justice Machine, or finding who actually owns the rights to Thunder Agents. That might be an interesting search. Whoever wants to own the hot potato, passing around. Talk to Archie about taking over Mighty Crusaders. That might be fun. The last attempt was by Rob Liefeld, and it only lasted an issue. I don't think he did much more than that. That's all I was ever able to find. I sent a pitch to Archie one time for Mighty Crusaders. I think I told that story on one of our podcasts before. I got back two wonderful FU letters. Going, don't ever use our characters again. Don't put this on the web. Don't ever use our characters again. That's what it said. And I say, oh, yeah, fine, if you're going to be like that. But that was back when the old regime was still in power. The new guys are there now, and they're a lot more liberal about their stuff. They're throwing more spaghetti at the wall, or crap, as you might say, all the time, trying to get it to stick. Well, somebody buy Archie if they look realistic. No. Well, somebody buy Archie if we have Mark Waid write it. No. You know, somebody buy Archie if we have Gail Simone write it. No. You know, how about if they cross over with the Punisher? No. What about if they become zombies? No. You know, it's just what a great company. But I'll tell you, they're the ones outside of Scholastic that are actually in the mainstream, because you see them in all the grocery stores, and bless them for that, because there's still people out there buying funny books for their grandkids or their kids to hold these little digests. What a great format that nobody plays with other than Archie, you know? Mm-hmm. And they reprint all of the old stuff eventually, and they've done volumes that are not just digest size, but they've done these like mega volumes of 1,000 pages of Archie comics, because they've got such a huge library of material. And you know, anyway,
did DC ever do anything with the Charlton stuff that they wouldn't let Alan Moore use for Watchmen?
They did archives. They collected all of the Ditko material and the Captain Atom, the Blue Beetle material.
But no new stuff.
They've done little new stuff here and there. Peacemaker is off of Charlton.
So did they bring them into the DC universe?
Blue Beetle they brought in, only they rebooted it. They rebooted the name. They had him as Blue Beetle there for a little while, Dan Garrett. And then they switched it over to what's his name, Javi or whatever, the guy who's got the alien tech implanted in his back. Same thing with Captain Atom. They had Captain Atom as part of the Justice League. Blue Beetle was part of the Justice League.
Did Gil Kane draw Captain Atom? Or was that Ditko?
Ditko did some of it. I'm not sure if Gil Kane did or not. But I know Ditko did the Charlton stuff, you know?
Yeah.
You don't see any Son of Vulcan out there, though. So what can you do? They probably have used the characters at one point or another, because I stopped following them pretty much after Crisis. I stopped really paying much attention to them, but I still kept up with little bits here and there. But, you know, I tell everybody all my heroes died at Crisis and Heroes Reborn, and they've all been replaced by soulless zombies when it comes to them corporate comics. They just haven't been the same. You know? And I love Byrne and I love Perez. I really do. And a lot of those guys up there, there's some great talent up there working. Even now, there's maybe 10% people up there that actually, in my opinion, that actually care about what they're doing. But you were going to say, sorry.
I was going to say, was it Marv Wolfman who wrote Crisis?
Yes.
Is he still around?
Yeah. He's not working. I think he's retired.
That's what I'm. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. I was going to say that I enjoyed that Crisis series because I was never a DC fan, but I got that mainly because of George Perez's artwork. Mm-hmm. And I thought the way that they managed to, I mean, I didn't know a lot of the stuff that was going on or even any of it. But the way they unraveled it all was absolutely brilliant. And
the story was great, but what they did, I think, was totally wrong. That they should have kept the worlds separate, and they should have done different imprints for different universes. Mm-hmm. Because there would have been a lot of fun to have done a Freedom Fighters book that took place on their universe where they were fighting the Nazi regime in modern day. I think that's an opportunity that they really blew, as an example. Plus, there is a whole Earth 2 continuity in All-Star Comics that was brilliantly done, and I can't remember who wrote it, but I know Joe Staten did a lot of it. Bob Layton inked a lot of it, where Huntress came in and Power Girl Wood started out doing it. Star Spangled Kid got a hold of Starman's little rod and was using it. They were going in some really nice creative directions, and then once Crisis happened, they put all the worlds together and tried to make a coherent history that just did not work. You know, even though the history books that they did were phenomenal, because George Perez got to draw every last character in the DC universe. That was kind of cool.
Mm.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Levi says dibs on Captain America.
Yeah, that'll
It's
be an
IPs.
expensive one.
Yes, the company no. Yeah. Great cloudy day. Yeah. Now that I think about it, it had the money. If I had the money to buy IDW, why wouldn't I just start my own publishing company? Yep, that's what we're saying. This. Yep. AU. Good morning, Baconites. Comic Crusaders is in the house. Good to see you. Levi says hello. Everybody says hail and hello. Salute. Hello. Hello. Salute. Lowell, who played with whose rod? LOL. Oh, sorry. It's the Starman's little, you know, the rod that he used to have back in the Golden Age that could be mistaken for a marital aid. I have no idea. Anyway, it's just a long rod with a little point on the end of it that he could fly with. He was hanging on to while he was flying.
Marital aid. I like
Mm-hmm. I worked in the adult. Well, anyway, we're not here to talk about our porn career. So, hey, AI, yeah. Wepa. Salute. Anyway.
Salute.
Folks, this is Nerd Bacon. This isn't Comics by Night. This isn't Sunday Funnies. This is Nerd Bacon. You see the bacon behind us? It's right there.
You can tell the difference.
Yeah.
Because I think, I know Randy has still got the same hat on. No, you can't tell the difference.
We try to be a little less bitter on all of these shows.
Yeah.
So even and we're sorry if we're bringing everybody down talking corporate comics. But
it is what it is. I think you got to be realistic. So you know.
Yeah.
It is. It's out there. People know it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we don't talk about it, there's no, it's not much point ignoring it.
And in my opinion, bless
the most important thing.
Yeah, bless the retailers out there who have to put up with this stuff and try to sell it. They've got the hardest job out of all of them right now. All of these soapboxers out there preaching away, doing whatever they want to do, whatever you want to call it, progressive, woke, whatever. And all of these retailers who have been out there for decades trying to just pay their light bill. You know.
Well, the indie paper which we're going to be giving them is hopefully going to help.
Iron Age, yep. Indie Comics Unlimited, folks.
Yeah.
Working on it. Phil's working on it. So we'll have more news on that as it becomes available. We're all probably going to be working on strips for that, or looking for folks with to do comic strips.
Sorry, Dave. Sorry. How's that?
Yeah, Dave says you sound very low, Russ. He's moving the microphone closer to his mouth, just so he can. Yeah.
There you go, Dave.
You just can't speak.
No,
Russ, you look like you should go and lie down.
I'm so
relaxed.
Get
Still got a little jet lag. Where did you go?
No, I've got a cold. It's horrible. I don't know if I caught it on the plane or not. Normally, isn't it? It's just planes are like this horrible germ boxes in the air.
They circulate their air for a reason.
But before I got the cold, I was extremely laid back and relaxed. Yeah, I went to Gozo, which is just a little island off Malta.
Wow.
In the Mediterranean, and there was a spa in the hotel, and I didn't see much of Gozo. I went out to the cliffs.
Not much to see.
Walks, and other than that, I just stayed in the jacuzzi and the in and out pool.
Just think if you
I read a lot.
It's an in and out pool.
It's like it's a pool that's inside and outside, so it's
okay.
a pool halfway across, and then at the far end of the spa is also the jacuzzi. So you just spend your time going between the two pools.
I was going to say mostly on the West Coast, there's an In-N-Out burger.
No, it's not like that at all. My afternoons, that's what they consisted of.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do something with my mic.
Critical Blast is in the house. Greetings. 9 cases of Shadow Kingdom arriving at lunch today.
Woohoo!
Via UPS. Absolutely. Need to send a few of those copies my way too.
Yeah.
This is Russ. Russ, your mic is faint. Anyway. Yo, at Critical Blast. That'll be good. That'll be good, RJ, because we've been looking. I've had to answer a couple of emails of folks asking where the book was.
Is that better?
I think it's coming.
Is that better? No.
What?
I'm wondering. It's my settings. I think it's got the
Wrong settings.
wrong
It's
microphone.
got the wrong mic.
No, it's got the wrong mic.
Tap it and see.
Microphone. Snowball.
That's
How's
the right
that?
one. That's
Is
the
that
right one.
better?
Yeah, you're
there
much
you
better.
go.
That's the one, yeah.
I would think I was just speaking in the mic that's up there instead
you
of the mic that's here.
RJ says, morning. Critical Blast. Randy and Glenn are loud and clear. Russ sounds like he's in the other room away from the mic. Yeah, he fixed it.
I am in the other room. There you go. Yeah, Dave, you're right. I am so incredibly bored with people complaining about the ruination of entertainment they willingly keep consuming. That's it. Yeah. Don't buy it. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Buy something you like.
I think most of these companies, especially these streaming services, are in business because people watch it to critique it.
Hate watch it.
Yeah, hate watch it.
It's got the.
I just stopped watching a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So just don't watch it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Go buy stuff. Go and find things. Go looking for things that aren't easy to find. So it's like, all that stuff that's on, I don't know, Disney or on Netflix or whatever. It's, a lot of it's crap. So that's it. I'm just going to give up on it. No, just put it to one side and go and look for things that are good. There's independent movies, independent music, independent comics. We all know about that. They're out there.
Yeah.
Go find them.
Yep.
Dave's particular comic is fantastic.
There we go.
So, it's out there. There's people like Philip Russ at Filbo Publishing that are producing some quality books. And he's having trouble at the moment, getting sort of people to see it, which is ridiculous because the quality of the books are amazing. Just go look. They're out there.
Yep. Absolutely. Folks, fundmycomic.com. Go over there and take a look.
There's some quality books out there.
Incredible books out there.
This is, as RJ said, this has gone out to Europe and to the UK, and it will soon be going out to all our American backers as well.
Yeah.
But then after that, it'll hit retail. Slightly different version, because obviously you've got to be special for your backers. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be special for the backers. But a slightly different version will then go out to retail. And it'll be out there. And I can give links to people. Just go buy this book. Just get it out there. Do it.
And translated into Portuguese.
And it will be translated in Portuguese. That you and I are supposed to be on a podcast tomorrow night, actually.
Is that? Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah.
I had I completely forgot. Good thing I'm still in town. Yeah.
Yeah.
So absolutely, that'll be fun. Can't wait. I mean, they've just been, in my opinion, their publishing line is super impressive.
Oh yeah.
Just the trailer they did for us is absolutely incredible. Just crazy good.
Their numbers on the crowdfunder isn't great.
No.
But they don't care about that. I mean, that's just to get them going.
Yeah.
They're interested in publishing the book and putting it out to retail. That's what they're really interested in.
Yeah.
So
well, the story is almost
crossed.
100 years old. So
yeah,
the Atlantean.
I've approached a couple of people to do some reviews on it actually. So hopefully we'll get some more. Some more.
I've only seen one so far. One review.
Oh no! These are one of them's the Amra Sword and Sorcery page on Facebook. It's got like about 10,000 followers or something. And the other one is a channel that I watch occasionally for reviews on YouTube. They like Robert E. Howard, so I thought I'd send them one as well.
Thor, I think I've heard of him on YouTube. Yeah.
I can't remember who it is on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
That I sent it to.
Well, once we do the Artisan book, and if I can get a copy from Red Dragon, I'm going to make a trip to Cross Plains, I think. and go donate copies to the library.
Oh, right. Nice.
I think it'd be worth the time and trip to do it. It's only 22 hours away, driving wise.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. So let's stop somewhere in Tennessee. Or...
You could get a plane and get a cold, like Russ.
Yeah, there you are. They're probably only 8 hours away by plane. Where's the fun in a road trip then? Go by plane. That's not the. It's not the same.
Hire an RV.
Let's rent a car and. My sister's currently running in an RV.
Dave, Shadow Kingdom has stopped being available now, but for you, I thought you had one actually. I think JR's got one.
Temporarily unavailable. Yeah,
but it's unavailable as far as the campaign is concerned. But it will be going to retail. So,
plus any books that are left over after the campaign has been totally fulfilled will be available over at arrowcomics.store, and we'll definitely let you know when that happens. So, and those will be first come, first served, and once they're gone, they're gone. That's it.
We should give them
they're special.
Yeah.
So in total, there's only like 230, 240, something like that.
Critical says, come to Northwest Arkansas. Randy, I might crash on your couch. Critical Blast, RJ. There we go. Save me a hotel room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couches.
The wife's like, yeah, if you do that, you're renting a car. Okay. All right.
Yeah, don't take yours. That's a lot of mileage.
She's got to have the transportation. Anyway. We just bought a new car in January. So our old car was hitting 160,000 miles, and the heater decided not to work, so it was time to trade it in. It was a Chevy Trax.
What's that?
Yeah, it's like a SUV.
Oh, right, okay.
But it's closer to a go-kart than the one that I got was a 2016.
Right.
That's how long it took us to put 160,000 miles on it. We bought another Trax, a 2024, brand new off the lot. We had to settle for the color because it was either you take this color or you wait 2 months. We're like, well, we're taking that color. And then last time I knew, they still hadn't gotten one to replace it because the things are put together in Korea and shipped over and
right. Okay.
They come in through two harbors. One's on the West Coast and the other one was Baltimore, where they had the bridge collapse. So
that's that done.
We had some other relatives that were going to buy one because for Chevy, it's incredibly inexpensive because these large car corporations have what they call legacy costs, where they have to pay for everybody's pension. So they tack a little bit onto all of the cars. But this one was incredibly inexpensive compared to the other ones. So,
all right. Okay.
I mean, almost by half. And then it had all the gadgets in it, which the electronics are still not. I don't think they're 100% trustworthy, but they get glitchy every once in a while. That's just like every other computer. Sometimes you have to shut it off and turn it back on in order for it to work right. So, and they're hooked into our phones, which is irritating at times.
Oh no! Don't put your phones in the cars. No,
because then they can just where to go.
Then they can just turn you off.
Yeah,
they can stop you from driving when they think you put out too much carbon dioxide. That's it. They'll just stop you.
Yeah, well,
don't network your phones up, mate.
All that emission stuff's getting.
I've got conspiracy theorist written.
Going to go the way of the dodo here pretty soon, anyway.
Russ, what do you think about Stonehenge?
Well, it's rather nice. It's very stony and hengey. I quite like it.
When I saw the news, the first thing I said, they better be careful, or they'll end up opening a dimensional portal. And who knows where?
Yeah. What is wrong with these people? I mean, it's like
just idiots.
Idiot. Why Stonehenge? I mean,
because it's there, and it's not coated by plastic.
Thing to do. I mean, okay, it's not the real Stonehenge. In the 50s, they made cement versions of it and put it back in place. But you know,
it's not the. Oh well,
it's still important.
You're not going to be able to walk up to it and give a magic chant and jump into another dimension.
Just these people are fools. They really are. They also sprayed a bunch of jets as well, didn't they, Glenn?
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's and they filmed themselves doing it. It's criminal damage.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to prison for the stuff they've done, literally.
But they won't.
No, it's got beyond a joke. We need serious change.
There's stupid people everywhere. You know, the protesters I love are the ones that cement their hand to the ground in the middle of the street.
Oh, so the thing is it depends what country you're in as to whether you do that or not. Mm-hmm. And I've seen protests. It's amazing that in this country you've got a bunch of people saying how wonderful the EU is, and yet pretty much all the police in the EU don't mess with it. They'll just rip your hand off the pavement and put you in the back of the wagon.
That's what they do here. They go through and they drill around it.
Yeah,
and take them up, concrete and all.
No, I've seen French police just go, yep, have that up. They just lose some skin.
There were two people.
They don't mess about.
They don't know.
It's couch hell. So I have a spare bedroom with a bed and shelves full of comics. So there you go. Is anyone
the shelves? I have a spare bedroom with a bed in it. Wait, that's in the description.
Everyone ever lay out the map of Stonehenge and over the blueprints of CERN?
There you go. There's another great
conspiracy theory right there. The world is full of stupid people. So meet me at the mission at midnight. We'll divvy up there. Yep.
Yeah.
Levi says soda blaster will take that pain off without hurt the rock.
Yeah, I had one of those. My mum and dad had one of those when I was a kid. Did everybody have one of those in the 70s? It was like it made soda water.
Yeah, soda siphon.
Yeah, soda. Yeah, great. I loved it.
It's like you see the Three Stooges use all the time, a little bottle.
Yeah.
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 There you go.
Like fire extinguishers, but you know.
Yeah, no, stupid is as stupid does. It's
Amen.
just the way it is.
Sometimes they're entertaining. Sometimes you just shake your head.
Sometimes, yeah.
We have people here that go up and try to pet the bison at Yellowstone. Those are amazing. They give you a slip, and I've got mine here somewhere. It's on a half a sheet of paper that says, "Oh, so you know, all the wildlife is wild."
Yeah, it's wild.
So you want to stay about 300 yards away because those points at the end of the horns of the bison, they sharpen them all the time, and they are razor sharp.
Why would you
don't want to get fucked by one?
Yeah, why would you want to go and pet something the size of a small van?
Yeah, usually half a dozen to a dozen people a year all get gorged by I love to collect the little oddball self-published books that you find in my travels around the country. I've got a great book about all of the deaths up to about 1980s or 90s that have happened at Yellowstone. Just amazing. Just stupid things. People taking baths in the sulfur pits and it goes in and just viciously describes in detail what happened to these people. The last guy that fell in turned into a puddle in like 3 minutes. He just dissolved.
Well, it was
luckily it was incredibly quick because it was the nervous system is the first thing to go.
Yeah.
But then, the skin melts and the eyes boil and just wonderful things like eggs. Just fantastic.
There you go.
Yep.
Well, stupid people.
Would make great information for a comic one day, I figured. I'm just going to take a bath in this pool. It looks warm. Anyway. Says no baking soda blaster is for graffiti removal. Oh, backing soda blaster is for graffiti removal. Yeah. The next big Kickstarter campaign. Folks, fundmycomic.com, aerocomics.store. You can find us over at the Indie Comics Network as well. We're not Nerd Bacon, but Luke Stone Studios is running Nerd Bacon. We're really glad that you're here, even if we're not talking about anything in particular. It's kind of shooting the breeze. You're welcome to join in on the chat. If you want to come in, I can repost the link for that as well. It's up on the chat line. You're all welcome in. So as long as you're a friend of this podcast and you have professional equipment, please. And we don't want you in here just to yell at us.
Professional equipment.
Yep.
So is somebody got a cat?
No.
I can hear that noise, but it's
Yeah.
I have a baby Yoda.
in fact,
All right, that's what it is.
Nothing like a little Grogu noise to break up the day. I got a grown-up Yoda back here in an arrow hat, so not quite life size.
That's a Muppet Yoda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just a little doll. You know, these things are so cheap anymore. You can pick them up everywhere.
Yeah.
Because
they work that out well.
Anyway.
Who wants them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I say, nobody's interested anymore.
Yeah. Ollie's loves them. Should go through. One of these days, I'm going to take a camera in there and show everybody all the stuff in Ollie's. You know, Black Panther 3 failed. Here's all of the toys. you know, the Marvels failed. Here's all the toys. Those poor companies, those poor unfortunate companies who bought those licenses, made those toys, only to have the property go belly up.
Yeah. Never mind.
Every Star Wars, not every Star Wars toy. Some of them are still valuable to some collectors out there, but the modern stuff is
the modern stuff is
overabundance.
No.
Except your occasional Grogu. Anyway.
Oh dear. Right.
Yep. Critical Blast says, like Judge Doom squirting toon characters.
Toon characters.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's not a nice. Ooh. Oh, there you go. You're saying it went into critical. It went in.
Went in my first Ollie's this weekend, driving through Kentucky. Spent $45 on about $300 in hardcover graphic novels. Yes, you did. And yes, a whole aisle of Black Panther and an end cap of Marvel Legends. Yes.
God.
All inexpensively priced. Just like the old days when you could walk into a Toys R Us and buy an action figure for $2.95 or $5.95. You know, though now they've just got $25 marked on them with a little orange sticker over top of them, $5.99.
Justice.
It's the way it is.
Yeah.
So if there's ever a movie out there you think somebody's got a great design of, you just wait.
But what? Yeah.
Takes about 3 to 6 months, sometimes not even that long before they pop up.
Yeah. It makes you wonder what kids are doing. I suppose they're just playing on their phones.
Yeah, that's about it. They're looking at their screens.
Yeah.
My grandkids, man, the channels that my grandkids watch, I just shake my head. Bluey, I like. I mean, I sit through Bluey, but holy crap. The other ones are the elder grandkid. All she does is watch people play video games all day. This is where are you going? Traveling from room to room. Where's the story in that? You know?
That's
It's
terrible.
crazy.
Yeah.
We were talking about having a no technology zone in our house. We've got a little bowl just as you walk in the door and put all the tablets and phones in there. But the wife said I'd have to do the same thing, and I just can't do it.
I'm happily.
It's not going to be fair if the kids come in and have to drop their tablets.
I'm happily detached from technology. Yeah.
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 You've been a week or so probably without any cell reception. So.
No. There was we had reception. It was all right. You know, I didn't do much less really than I do here. I mean, I get someone else to post my stuff on. I post something. I try to post something every day, sort of art wise. My son does that for me.
Oh, there you go.
Across multiple platforms. And I come on here and have a chat with you lot. And apart from that, it's just communication. So it's just another way of communicating with people, you know, business or whatever. But I tend to stay off it. I tend to stay away from it because there's just so much on there, so much rubbish. So many people spouting their own opinions. And you're just like, oh, I'm not interested in other people's opinions. I'm too old for that.
It's so easy, and I catch myself about twice a day, usually whenever I'm on the John, going through and typing all of these long rants and then going, no, I don't want to get involved in this.
I've got to a point now where I don't actually even bring up the box anymore. Just move straight over it. So if I don't like something, I just ignore it and walk the other way.
They even had some Eternals if you were missing. If you were missing
Eternals.
They probably had those Eternals for the last year and a half or so. What really got me was the set of Suicide Squad action figures in Fisher Price Little People form. Here, honey, your first psychopaths. Yes.
I think that was going on a while ago, though. I mean, when you think about it, the stuff that they make into toys. I mean, the first time I really kind of thought, hold on, that's a bit strange, is when they made RoboCop a toy.
Yeah.
And that's an ultra-violent film with a high age rating. What? Why? What? And then the following, because they do a series on the television with it. Wasn't there a short series?
It didn't last more than a season.
But it was all PG by then.
Yeah.
So they basically demoted the whole thing down to PG and made toys out of it.
They took the idea over here and did a couple of different series. Like there was a Future Cop show that had an android running with it, and the classic Holmes and Yo-Yo, which was the buddy cop.
Holmes and Yo-Yo.
Yeah, it's a buddy cop series. It might have lasted a season or two, but the cop was the cop android was an overweight dude that was a cop. Yeah, and was just absolutely stupid. It's kind of like Get Smart.
Why would you make an overweight android?
Well, they had to have a place to put all the electronics because back then things weren't digitized too much. So Yo-Yo was this large comedian dude, bigger than me, that would go around and do weird stuff. He'd have weird windows and stuff on his body, and I'll hang on to that.
God, you get all the great series, didn't you?
Sticks it up his anyway. Get Smart, dear. Get Smart's Jaime, yeah.
Jaime?
Yeah. If you've never seen Get Smart, folks, go out there and get an education.
No,
there you go.
Never seen it.
Get Smart's a parody Private Eye show. The guy actually had the first mobile phone that was in his shoe. He would take his shoe and take the heel and turn it and
you never seen Get Smart?
Never seen Get Smart?
No.
Should pull up a couple pictures and show you. Barbara Feldon was the
Barbara Felton.
Barbara Feldon.
Feldon. All right.
Yeah. Pedro in the house. Pedro.
It was like
man.
It's the Hangman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Google
Get Smart.
Google was acting the fool this morning, so couldn't access it. Just
crazy glitches.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That was me last Friday. We did a 3-minute Comics by Night because my cable kept going out, and Glenn's back was out, so we went up and Brian Germain was on, and I was on for 3 minutes, and as soon as I got off the air, I lost cable again. So great.
All right.
So it was a good
thing.
thing.
I took the right week to take a week off then.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Check me out.
That's called involuntary intelligence, sir.
Yeah.
All my intelligence is involuntary.
Yeah.
There's Get Smart with his shoe phone.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Don't you think? I see Don Adams, right? That's the name of the actor.
Yeah.
I just hear the song like ding like dude, this was my childhood mornings.
Don went on to be a big voice actor for animation.
Yeah.
There for many years, he was the voice of Tennessee Tuxedo. Was a penguin.
Yeah.
That ran around with a walrus named Chumley.
Yeah, I remember that. Very limited animation. Those guys had that shoestring budget, but it was funny.
It's the same guys who did Underdog and Go Go Gophers.
Yeah.
I remember the very first episode of Get Smart when you didn't know who he was, and he was sitting in the audience of like a string quartet live straight in front of you. You know, that was 20 people there, and this music's being played. And it's all very nice and everything. All of a sudden, this phone starts to ring, and everybody's looking around, and he's looking around, and then he gets up and he walks out into the corridor, and there was a phone there, and you think he's going to pick it up, but he takes his shoe off
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's his boss.
Yeah.
Dude. But
And
like all the characters, like 13, like the guy who would be like everywhere, like in a fire hydrant, like in a cabinet.
Yeah, he's
99.
Trash can. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
99.
was just a
Chief
Mickey.
Larrabee.
Agent 99.
Yeah, Agent 99. Chief Larrabee. The cone of silence, man. Like it would come down and nobody would hear the other. Like it was just like classic humor, man. Like
That's what it was too. It's classic television. There's Barbara Feldon, listening on her own phone.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Barbara was on the first season of, or at least the pilot of Laugh-In, first couple of episodes, and then she got this gig.
Nice.
And ended up going over there with Don Adams. Don was a big television comedian for many years.
Yeah. And didn't they make like a movie?
Yeah, they tried, but it's not the same. Stephen Colbert or something, Steve Carell.
No. I'm talking Don Adams made. I think it was called The Nude Bomb.
Oh yeah, back in the late '60s. Yeah,
The what?
That's back when James Bond was running strong and In Like Flint was out. Yeah, they did the nude bomb.
Sorry, the what bomb?
Nude. N-U-D.
The nude bomb.
The nude bomb. Yeah.
So it made you nude.
Blow off your clothing. Yeah.
Yeah, blow off your clothing. Like, be naked. Like the thing is, like I remember that because my parents were mortified that I wanted to see it. Like, isn't that like a porn film? Like, no, mom, it's a comedy. I want to see it.
Barbara Feldon's still alive. She's 91.
There you are.
Oh,
probably still gorgeous too.
That does actually sound like something that Austin Powers would get involved with.
Austin Powers was very inspired by that material. Yeah.
I can imagine. Yeah.
I'm sure that what's his name watched all of those Get Smarts when he was a kid.
He must have. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Get Smart was like, hey, what's up, dude? Like my openly Latino friend.
Tennessee Tuxedo, yeah. I still remember that theme song.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not going to sing it though.
No.
Always had to visit Mr. Whoopi. Yeah,
Mr. Whoopi.
And draw out something on the 3D DB. That's a three-dimensional drawing board.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they'd go out and learn. This was before they had to do educational TV. So Tennessee and Chumley would have a problem. They'd go to Mr. Whoopi. He'd whip out that board and explain everything to them. You'd get like a little lesson all off this little three-dimensional chalkboard. Yeah.
But the thing's like, I don't know if we were like starved for entertainment at that time. I mean, as a child, because that to me is like
sit watch anything. Clutch Cargo was popular at one point,
Yeah, dude. But not only that, like I remember, like I really enjoyed Schoolhouse Rock.
Well, the thing with Schoolhouse Rock is that all of the music became earworms into your head.
Yeah.
A lot of kids learn their timetables off of Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah, like Schoolhouse Rock. And
3 is a magic number. Yes, it is. It's a magic number. Yeah.
I'm just a bill. Like
that's the other one.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like it made no sense to me because this is like American law and American stuff. But since we have like the Southern Command Network,
is that what it's called? Southern Command Network?
Yeah, like the thing is, like since the Southern Command was stationed in Panama for 100 years, we had like Channel 8, which was Southern Command Network. So it would be like every TV station from the U.S. will give their content to the Army.
Mm-hmm.
So you would see like David Letterman and then like Jay Leno right after, and you see like all sorts of like the only limit was the time. Like you couldn't see everything because there wasn't enough time in the day, but you had like everything. And then like join the Army and be all that you can be in the Army. We called that in Panama the poor man's cable at that time. It was the only way to have access to American TV without like hiring cable, like getting like HBO and all that. So it was fun while it lasted.
When Barbara turns 99, we need to have an internet party day.
Oh yeah,
probably.
Dude. Yeah.
Play all those old Get Smarts.
Yeah, like the thing with Barbara Feldon, like I was still a kid, but she did make me go a little bit boing, It made me feel little things down there when I was
kind of
a
like
kid.
Diana Rigg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then she was one of the first. So cheers, lady. You're 91, but you made me a man.
She was real good in Laugh-In too, but she was only on for a couple episodes. So Richard Dawson was on for Laugh-In for a little while too.
Oh yeah,
for a season. But anyway,
those shows. I mean, the things like when a show was good, it was also almost like the Bible. Because I remember like we had like Get Smart, The Real American Hero, and then Hee Haw.
That's kind of like our Me TV up here. We've got a couple of retro rerun stations.
Nice.
That'll run that old stuff now. That who knew? You know, they get huge ratings. They got the Me TV especially was getting huge ratings on their Saturday morning cartoons. They're doing a whole cartoon channel. That's supposed to start up at the end of this month. Yeah. Me TV 2.
Yeah.
So I did find YouTube just started, or it might have been there and just popped up on my recommendations. They've got a 24/7 Speed Racer channel.
Great, that's one to miss.
Yeah. That's what I say. That's
hurry up, Speed.
So sorry for giving you the white nipple for a second, but I was getting
the white nipple.
Yeah.
The nipocalypse.
Yeah, the nibble of scorn.
How's the new Doctor Who rating? I've only seen the first.
Oh my god!
It's just over 2 million apparently. Overnight viewers.
And they didn't think the Jodie Whittaker numbers could ever get any worse.
The new Doctor Who was at the Married to My People, man.
How can we get less numbers? Oh, there we are. Yeah.
It's it's not good. It's not.
Have we got any Daleks in it yet?
Don't think so.
Not that I know of.
I mean, unless Dracula, maybe.
It's not Doctor Who anymore.
They're rainbow-coloured Daleks, weren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have quite already.
Quite apart from any of the any of the criticisms that people might have of it for whatever ideology or whatever they think they see in the show, quite outside of that, much like we were talking about earlier, it's just not very good.
No Daleks, but there probably will be some Daleks.
Yeah, if I haven't watched it for quite some time. But I saw one clip. I think I mentioned it to you actually, and it was when they did some song at the end, and the Doctor broke the fourth wall and looked down at the camera and winked and said, "There's always a twist." And then they did a song called "There's Always a Twist," where the cast were singing and dancing, and it's like even if I had have been in up to that point, I'd have been out then, because that is not Doctor Who. Doesn't matter your views and opinions on the ins and outs of what's that breaking the fourth wall. No, I'm done. I'm gone. That's just no. But for me personally, I haven't been watching Doctor Who for quite some time.
But don't forget though, they don't want you watching it.
No, I'm not the target audience, so I'm not the target audience. So fine. Yeah. No, it's not for me. No.
They made it for the 5% out there.
They made it for whoever. I don't know who they made it for, but you're right.
And even the 5% ain't watching. So yeah.
No. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I hope really. I mean, we're not wanted. So I took exit stage left a long time ago. So I'm not wanted. I hope they enjoy doing it, because I know nobody's enjoying watching it. So as long as it lasts, as long as they can swindle the bigwigs to give them money to produce that jalopy, then enjoy it while
I mean, enjoy it while it lasts. You know,
enjoy it while it lasts.
I think
Disney's pouring millions in. They're already filming the second season.
Yeah. I see that personally as like, I worked on Doctor Who. I have worked on Doctor Who. And I worked on it during the Jodie Whittaker run, and I never saw an episode of Jodie Whittaker ever, because after Capaldi, during Capaldi, I was only sort of half in, half out.
Yep.
And I was a fan of Doctor Who when I was a kid. Not so much now. I like the Tennant run; it was okay. But it much like sort of in an opposite way, you see a lot of these writers and creatives getting off on their ideology and telling everybody what they think of them. I didn't have to like the show or watch it to produce a good piece of work.
Yeah,
it deserved the whatever story I was given deserved the respect due, and I gave it my all to draw the strips in a fashion that was entertaining and a quality story as best that I could. It didn't matter that I didn't watch the show at that point in time, and I personally felt that's my example of how to keep yourself neutral. Just do the job, be professional, get out there and do it, and give the respect due to whatever you're doing.
And you said something very important, Ross. Like, you work to the extent of your abilities.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay, I think the script is crap, but that doesn't mean that my work's going to be crap.
No, never.
No. Yeah, that's the thing. And I don't know, man. Like, I really enjoy, I don't know, I call it British sci-fi for lack of a better definition, because I don't know the name. But one of my favorite sci-fi, like even better than Star Trek, I love Farscape. And I don't know if that's like completely British or British influence, but it has that flavor.
Isn't that got some news? Isn't that New Zealand or Australian?
I think so. Yeah, like I think it
was.
Yeah. I thought Farscape was fantastic. I love
New
that.
Zealand.
It was New Zealand.
No, they were using Muppets in that. So
Yeah,
Henson had some work in that too before they were bought out by Disney.
Yeah,
dude, like the character Rigel, which was like a full like Jim Henson puppet, was amazing. Like the scripts, like how he was like dirty, slimy, two-timing scoundrel. Like everybody in that show was just amazing.
Yeah.
And
I love the pilot.
Yeah.
It was a very fun show. Yeah, it was fun space opera. That's what it was. Yeah.
Even though it was from New Zealand, and thank you for correcting me, I see the pedigree. I see the pedigree from what the British do when they do sci-fi, and seeing where Doctor Who is now.
Quark.
I don't want to say like, ooh, what a pros. Like, I really don't care. Like, dude, that's what you guys want to do. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's your time. Like, I'm a 50-year-old man. I just like draw, work out, and look after my goats. Like, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So if that's what you're gonna do, it's gonna be a nice crash. I'm gonna see it from afar, and the only thing I can hope is there's flames involved. There's nothing better than a car fire. So I just hope there's flames involved.
I think we're already seeing those flames. To be honest,
Yeah.
Critical says Star Trek and Farscape all wish they could be Quark.
Quark.
What's Quark?
Quark only lasted a season. Richard
season,
Benjamin. It ran a garbage scow, I think, in space, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I haven't seen an episode in decades.
But Quark was like Sanford and Son in space, basically.
I don't think Quark would have existed without Red Dwarf.
Red Dwarf.
Red Dwarf was awesome.
Red Dwarf is really good.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that strip in 2000 AD? Ace, was it?
Ace Trucking Company.
Ace Trucking, yeah, that was great. That was
still
typical,
see the logo in my head.
Yeah, typical British sci-fi humor. That was great.
Yeah, it was awesome. And that's the thing that's kind of lost. Like, you don't see shits like shows like that anymore. Said shits.
Well,
you don't see shows like that anymore.
No, you don't see stories like that anymore. No, I mean Blake 7 was a funny one.
Yeah.
I suppose that was at the time where Star Trek over here. Sort of, we had it running in the 70s as well, and that was quite popular.
That was Terry Nation, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was Terry Nation, was it?
Yeah.
Glenn will know that more than
what a phenomenal space opera character study, you know.
Yeah,
nobody,
it was.
Nobody is better than Avon. There's never been a more defined, cynical character than.
What a great
Avon
character!
and
you were never quite sure about him, were you?
No,
it stayed sort of.
Well, you were.
You were never sure.
You were, but he didn't admit it.
Yeah.
You knew he.
Yeah,
was
there was a good man in there. There was a good man in there.
Yeah. It's just he would never put up with it. Yeah.
And obviously it was let down by production values as well.
Yeah.
But the story was good. Yeah.
Little hair curlers for guns. That was amazing. Little light up hair curlers.
Great.
Yeah,
but we were starved. We were starved of science fiction.
Right, but what a great idea for a show, though.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was space opera there, especially at the start. It was one continuing storyline. That was just great.
We were starved of science fiction, I think, for a long time. I mean, you obviously had the B movies from the 50s and what have you, and they kind of Forbidden Planet is it quite
Oh, yeah.
rightly a classic.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
way ahead of its time.
Yep.
Fantastic thing that was.
But even
But
that,
aren't we
that was
always-
stolen from the Tempest, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, it was stolen
Yeah.
from the Tempest, obviously,
Sure.
but the production and
Yeah.
everything about it was brilliant.
So you've got a 40-year-old William Shakespeare writing science fiction 500 years.
Look at the Shakespearean influence in Black Panther too. Though,
Yeah, but all of them,
Yeah,
they-
not Black Panther 2, but Black Panther
yeah.
1.
But look at
Also-
Star Wars. Star Wars is Grimm's
Oh,
fairy
yeah.
tales, isn't it? You know, but the point is, we were starved of decent sci-fi. It was just Doctor Who, you know, reruns of Star Trek. We did get Blake Seven. The occasional, I think they did Day of the Triffids back in the 70s, didn't they?
Yeah.
Or was it early 80s?
Yeah,
they ran a
little
series of
flashes
that.
here and there. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little flashes here and there, but and so that's why 2000 AD was so important.
Yeah.
But I mean,
You
I
know?
think humanity has always been starved for sci-fi. Like, look at the Book of Enoch.
That's a sci-fi book.
Up here in
Giant came down from the sky and took me up to see God.
Up here in the late 70s, early 80s, anything that was science fiction in the theater got made money, no matter how, or fantasy made money,
Well,
no matter. Look at Krull. Krull is amazingly bad. And it made a lot.
Yeah, no, Krull is a mess, but there's so many cool concepts in Krull.
Yeah,
you just forgive it.
It's just you had a lot of that. Sword and Sorcerers, another one. Just a lot of that oddball fantasy
Beastmaster.
stuff. Beastmaster made a lot
Battle
of money.
Beyond the Stars.
Battle Beyond the Stars. That was
Beyond.
straight out after Star Wars, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that's
That was
classic.
hideous.
That's a Roger Corman classic.
That had John Boy in it, didn't it?
Yeah. Nobody can get away with making a nude woman into a spaceship more than Roger Corman. And he used that ship all over, and every space show that every space show he did after that had that ship in it.
Oh yeah, dude.
Because it looked so good.
Yeah,
Was it
Beyond the Stars
Sybil
awesome.
Danning? Sybil Danning was in it and played a Valkyrie. That when she was in the middle of combat, went into orgasmic fit.
Yeah,
just a group
that movie was weird.
A group of mentally united aliens, and they gave them a hot dog, and they bit into it, and then they're all chewing on it, and they go, "There's no dog in this."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, do you guys
Great
remember
stuff.
Ice Pirates?
Yeah.
Dude, that was
Ice
awesome
Pirates.
too.
But
Yeah, the
see,
Ninja
you go
Robot.
back, you go back now, and you look at that stuff. It's all schlock.
Yeah, but it was
It's
awesome.
right there on the same, right there on the same level as Flesh Gordon.
Yeah.
Same budget, same look, all just terribly done.
Yeah,
But they
the
made
thing is
money.
that
Everybody loves Star Wars.
The contribution of Lucas on special effects is undeniable because all the
Galaxina?
movies look like that.
Yeah.
But there was another one that freaked me out when I was a kid, but I did enjoy the visuals. It was called Life Force. It was like about space vampires.
Yeah. There was only one or two things that were.
Yeah, that really got my eye. You think that really got my eye in that movie? No, but the concept that they would like suck up your life force and you'll be like a husk. Like it was the first time I saw that. Like maybe they did it before, but me as a kid seeing that and those two other things.
I kept watching Lex with unmet high expectations.
Jean-Luc Picard was in that, wasn't he?
On Life Force?
Yeah. Yeah, he was in it. He was
remember.
bald. He was young. He was only about 20, but he still looked exactly the same.
Yeah, he was born old. Yeah.
They let him go through that bowl. It's amazing, considering they had him fitted for a wig for Next Generation.
Oh, yeah, well, that was a British film, wasn't it? Wasn't Life Force a British film?
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah.
I mean,
So you were allowed to have bald people in it because it was British.
Critical
was
Blast.
bald in Excalibur.
Critical Blast. The only reason Lex didn't meet your expectations is you didn't find the uncensored versions.
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing. Like, we should make like a show where like
they were good.
Movies where Patrick Stewart was bold. So Excalibur, he was bold. He was Leon de Grance, and he was bold there. He was Gurney Halleck in the 1984 George Lynch's Dune.
Yeah, he was bold.
He was
there.
very bold there.
Yeah.
And okay, so he went bold on Star Trek: The Next Generation, but that's the extent of my Patrick Stewart.
He wasn't bald in I, Claudius.
No.
Oh, okay.
But he was fitted for a
Claudius.
toupee for Next Generation. They decided to drop it at the last minute.
Oh, yeah, he would have looked weird.
He should have
Look completely different. Yeah.
Good actor though.
Yeah, great actor.
No, he's a great actor. I mean, very bold. Very good too.
Lex, though, Critical Blast mentions Lex. Lex, I thought, was the only TV series that it looked like Steve Gerber wrote for. Because the way it was written, I'm sitting there going, this is so just off kilter, bizarre. It's like the comics that Steve Gerber used to write. Just crazy, insane stuff.
Gerber.
And the lead was hot, though. The lead female was incredible.
Yeah.
Always an advantage.
Always. To baldly go where no hair club for men has gone before.
Exactly.
Right, yep.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like he embraced the boldness, and that's no small feat, man.
Not back then, because
Yeah.
back in the early 80s, people were still putting their hair over the top of their head.
Yeah, but you remember like the hair implants in the 80s?
The what?
It looks like ant legs. It was just
the hair.
Horrible. Yeah, they look. It was like whatever you do, it's pubic hair. But now it's
that
now
goes
it's
with
better.
the lion manes that the women were in at that point. They had hair.
But people just didn't. Men just didn't admit to going bald, and it just looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
And he was a pioneer of baldness. There's no doubt about that. He just let it all. It's like I'm bald, and that's it. You either had to be Telly Savalas, or you needed to have a big long mane of hair. Anything in between, and you were just completely uncool and unattractive. Yeah. Or you were a skinhead, and then of course, obviously, you were a fascist of some sort, punk or something. But now it's like, it's totally acceptable. Even people with hair shave their head now, or guys with hair shave their head now. So it's. I look at the royal family, the men, and think, for God's sake, just shave it, will you? Stop the silliness. Stop it now. Just shave it off.
We call that, in Spanish. I don't know if it makes sense in English. We call it tongue head because it looks like a tongue going to the back. Tongue head. And the travesty of going bald is like, how old are you? 21. Like, that's all.
Now the fad is exactly the opposite. I call those people brush heads.
It's the one back here. So when people came in there over going, look, this looks really good. It's really nice. And this big bald bit at the back.
Yeah,
that's my senior picture right there.
They come over.
Well, when I was younger, I had my 2 older brothers and father to see where I was going to go.
Nice.
Yeah, you look at your older relatives.
Yeah, both my grandfathers and my dad had the same hair I've got, which is practical.
I think about 30, 31, 32, I just decided, no, I'm not going to look like that. I'm not doing that. And I just shaved it all off.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm pretty sure like Glenn will take that shirt off and it's like all Mel Gibson from it's amazing.
Just comes out, just pops out from under the hat.
It pops out like a lion. Just like,
it's like this.
Back behind you.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish.
Looking like a hair gel advert.
Yeah, like a shampoo commercial.
When I met my wife 30 some years ago, I had a ponytail going all the way down to the middle of my back.
There you go.
At that point, I was working at a comic shop. Yeah.
My wife hated my ponytail. Absolutely despised it.
I didn't keep it for long, but I didn't really grow it for her either. I just let it go.
I did it for me.
Just tied it up.
I did it to prove that I could.
Yeah.
I tried.
It was going away on top by that point. It was just about time.
Do you know, my father-in-law died last year, age 100, and he had more hair than I've had since I was about 30.
Wow.
And he was 100.
My father-in-law, he died last year. He was 84, and he had cancer 3 times. All 3 times he had cancer treatment, and he never lost his hair.
Yeah.
Wow.
And even though his hair was grey at the end, like obviously white, he still had more hair than me. It was so thick.
Yeah.
Genetics are a crazy thing.
Genetics.
They buried his hair separately. Just
yes.
So cool.
Do you know what really irritates me is when people like Pedro have got all their listen.
I have a story for this. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I have a story for this.
People like Pedro irritate me who have a full head of hair and shave it off.
Yeah.
It should not be allowed. If you've got hair, you should fucking grow it down your back.
Grow it long. mollify it. He's in Panama. He's sweating like a dog.
I don't care where he is. He should not be allowed.
Use what you've got.
Yeah, I have a story. Cause the thing is, like in my 20s, like I was like full fledged, like I'm gonna be a musician thing going on, with it. Which was stupid and financially unsound. So I'm trying to do like the dreadlock thing, and the police dissuaded me from having dreadlocks because I was being stopped at every freaking corner to see if I had marijuana. So it's like, hey, you know what? Let's go for it.
Yep.
Yeah, but you did.
That was the problem. Yeah. I'm trying to keep a low profile here. The dreads are not helping. And yeah, so yeah, like that put the story of my hair ended there. So now I'm incognito.
There we are. Yul Brynner, Critical Blast.
Yul Brynner, like Yul Brynner was
a great man.
Cool, man.
Yeah. Great. Westworld, still classic. I respect people who accept who they are and don't try to be someone else. There you are, Hojo.
Yeah, that's.
I just gave up. Yes. No.
I tried to be someone else, but it didn't work.
Baldies are a protected class. Follically challenged is the correct term.
Yeah.
I'm not follically challenged. I'm follically superior. There's no requirement for hair.
Yeah, there's like you don't need follicles to be cool.
No, that's what my son says. He's autistic, and as far as he's concerned, he's genetically superior to everybody.
I'm not bald. That's a solar panel on a sex machine.
Yeah, exactly. just avoid like very shiny areas, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
My response out over the years when people point it out, it's the only thing they point out about me because it's obvious. And I just say to, and this gets them because they don't know which way they don't know what I'm saying here. So think about what I'm going to say. I say to them, at least I could have been ugly.
There you are.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know whether I'm referring to them or to me. Yeah. Usually to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
I mean, worse. I could have looked like you and had no hair.
Exactly. Yeah.
What is that? Tonsors?
What's a tonsure? What's that?
I have no idea. Critical Blast.
Don't know.
Whatever it is.
That's the thing. Like the best.
Nerds. Dr. Masks.
The best comeback I heard from a guy who like was working out for real.
Jerry Curl.
And he was being the Jerry Curl, man. Those were bad.
So it's good. I have vampire hair. It's there. It just doesn't show up on film.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We got a guy up here doing the weather that got a vampire widow peak.
Yeah, dude, like.
And the other weather girl looks like Frankenstein, but that's a whole nother story.
No, dude, like the best comeback I heard was from this was a fat guy with hair making fun of a bald guy, and the bald guy called the fat guy a ravioli cemetery, and we're still calling that. So yeah, don't mess with bald people, man, because those guys are mean.
That's really good.
That was awesome, man. Like that's it. That happened like 25 years ago, and
it's still making you laugh.
It's still with me.
That's good.
The guy was like from Italian descent, so it made more sense. That is a ravioli cemetery. Oh, poor guy.
Very good.
We haven't seen him ever since. All because of a mean bald guy. So yeah, guys, just.
Well, we've rounded that hour and a half mark, folks, talking about just everything but comics, pretty much.
There we go.
It's been one of those shows.
Yeah,
it's been pure entertainment.
Normally, it's a Sunday Funnies show.
Yeah, we get to share stories.
Yeah, just broadcast this on Sunday, Randy.
There you are, same program. Yeah. No, Sunday we got Jack Cole to look at. Friday we're still looking at Jack Kirby. Hopefully we'll get around to.
So I haven't missed out. I'm so pleased.
Nice. So yeah, that great.
Oh, look at that, dude! Oh, Eternal.
Well, that's why I came on Sunday. My back dropped out. It's getting better now, but my back dropped out on the Friday, and I came on to be a warrior and weather the storm for Randy. And it turns out, even though I did He went up after 3 minutes.
Just nobody saw it. Nobody saw your sacrifice.
Yeah,
Well, now I've got
unsung hero.
The thumbnail for tomorrow's show is the Marvel
all right.
Legacy of Jack Kirby Part 3. This time for sure.
This time
There
for
you
sure.
go.
For more than 3 minutes.
Yeah, for more than 3 minutes.
Then Sunday we're looking at this one right here. This
Ooh,
Plastic Man.
Plastic
Dude.
Man, Jack Cole. It's all Jack Cole. It's
Very
all
plastic.
fantastic stuff.
Such a misunderstood character,
Wrapped
man.
in plastic. He's fantastic.
If you never, if you've never seen original Plastic Man, this Sunday is where you want to be. Sunday Funnies, 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Take a look at that, and then I think I've got a copy of Art Spiegelman's Raw book that I wouldn't mind looking up. But I got a couple of boxes of cards.
Oh, nice.
Couple trading card sets in 2 different boxes
Oh.
that I wouldn't mind looking at eventually. That Glenn will probably like, because the first box
Look at that.
Oh,
is
There you
the
go.
comic
the
art
There you
tribute
go.
tribute.
Yeah, we
to
can
Joe
do that.
Simon and Jack Kirby.
I know Glenn is tickled.
And then the second one, which is a much larger, which is a much larger set,
Oh,
is
There you go.
Jack Kirby, the unpublished archives.
right.
Very cool.
Oh, look at that. So, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Wow, look at that.
Oh.
That looks slightly different to what he normally does. That's good.
And that has got like, I don't know, 120 or so cards that are all, it was all artwork I'd never seen.
Well, that's good.
Most of it, at least. There's the second one in the set.
Oh.
Is that a
I
gnome?
I might have to do that with this.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. It's like a gnome.
In order for everybody
Has
to see
he
it.
coloured them, Mandy?
Is that Malaga? Is that
Yeah,
is that
I
what people look like in Malaga?
I believe it's all his work. Yeah,
Yeah, dude, this is mildly racist, but awesome.
that is.
Yeah.
There he is.
Come on.
Nice.
Tighten it up.
Tighten up. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Come on, camera.
Focus.
Focus.
Whoa, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
The unpublished
Malachar.
for a reason. Yeah.
Oh, he's an evil sorcerer.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go. From Tibet.
great stuff. So we
Yeah,
might look at
awesome.
those. So yeah,
You got everything.
not everything,
But most of it.
just a pack rat.
Yeah.
I keep telling the wife we're going to open a thrift store.
Is that is
Because
that where
we-
you sleep at night,
collect
Randy?
stuff. No,
I can just see your name over there
sleep
above your
upstairs.
shoulder,
Where.
near the
here?
top of the near the top of the rack, near the top
Oh
of the rack.
yeah, up there.
Is
No,
that where
that's
they keep you there standing up like a Borg?
Yeah,
much,
exactly.
no, that's an old convention convention sign to tell people who I am.
Do they not know?
No, they don't. But that's all right. Wife still says whenever I'm recognized in public, she throws her hands up and goes, "I can't take you anywhere." All the time.
Yeah, it's the burden of fame. My
Yep.
friend.
It's always fun.
Yeah.
Folks, we're there. I think we're there at the end of the show. We appreciate you stopping by. It's been Nerd Bacon number 120 without Luke Stone.
Without Luke.
Yeah.
So
I miss Luke.
and we didn't even say anything bad about him. There we go.
Yeah.
I will. He's a lightweight.
What a lost opportunity.
I was a bit more respectful than that. I was going to say nasty things about him in the green room. But there you go.
There you are.
Oh, I don't know. It's better here live.
Folks, we appreciate you stopping by. Remember to visit your local retailer. They need all the help they can get. You don't have to buy this new stuff that's out there. Just look at their back issues if they have them, and those black and white magazines that we
And
all
look at the indies.
love and enjoy. There's so much great comics out there, so much that has gone on. Just take a look at the back rack back behind me here. Bamba.
And none of these comics are going to tell you to kiss your uncle. So
Exactly. Fat Man, the Human Flying Saucer.
Yeah.
There we are, folks.
There you go.
Can't get better than that.
Can you make a
Well,
comic
you can, but
named
there's less.
Fat Man on
Exactly.
DC and Marvel? I don't think so.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Or even Herbie with his magic lollipops.
Yeah.
That gives him superpowers. Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. Look for back issues. Look at D&Ds. Don't let anybody preach to you.
There you are.
And you'll be fine.
Just remember the good things about it. There's so much trolling and BS and drama and crap going on the web. Hating ain't creating, folks. Get out there and create. Read the stuff that you love. Remind yourself why these comics inspired you when you were younger to get into this business in the first place. Yeah. So there's so much.
If you're
great
bold,
stuff
embrace it.
Yep. And here at Nerd Bacon, stop by next Thursday at 9 a.m. Maybe Luke will be here. If not, somebody will be here.
Yeah. So. Yeah, somebody will make it.
Be here.
Somebody will be in the shop.
Somebody will be in the shop.
Yeah.
Pedro, tell folks how they can find you.
You can find me at X Angilla. You can find me on Instagram. If you do that, I have no bikini shots there. If you need help with your trailers or animation whatsoever, I'm your guy. Reach me through X. And yeah, working on Wipes and Couch is really hard. Page 50. I want to be 70% ready before launch. That's why I haven't launched yet. But dude, it's going to be 130 pages of pure kaiju robot action. So
yes.
There we are.
Be on the lookout.
Russ, tell folks where they can find you.
You can find me at russleach.com. If you want to find out how to get a retail version of this soon, or the wonderful artisan black and white version of that book soon, just make sure and sign up for the email list over at russleach.com. It's easy. Just click on it and you just sign up. It's dead easy, and then I can let you know when all those projects are available. The Atlantean is on the board right now. That will be available the second half of this year. So just to keep you up to date, make sure and sign up for that email list at russleach.com.
I got something I need to send you for the artisan book.
Okay.
For you to draw. So.
Oh right, okay.
Russ, you do realise that the second half of this year is next month.
I know. I'm okay. Listen. That's a politician's perspective. It will be the second half of this year.
Well spun, my friend. Well spun.
December the 29th.
Yeah, that's still the second half of this year.
Yeah. Glenn, tell folks where they can find you.
Here Thursdays and with Randy on Friday and Sundays. Usual places: Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff, X or whatever it is. You can also find all my work on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, New Haven Publishing. Just Google me and you'll find lots and lots of things.
Google him.
Google me.
Google. Folks, I've been your host, Randy Zimmerman, at least for this show. You can find my work over at aerocomics.store. And you want to look me up on Amazon, you might find some stuff over there too. But who knows? I'm not responsible for anything that's adult-oriented content that you might find over there. Anyway, here we go. Folks, thanks so much. Remember, leave this industry in better shape than what you found it.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, hating ain't creating. And what is it that Luke likes to say here? He said scrambling. No, it isn't. There it is. Nope, that's not it. Here we are.
Oh my God.
Do you draw the Flintstones naked? There's a market for that.
It's not. Yes.
I miss it so much.
I saw it here
right
earlier.
Now.
There we are.
Right now.
Folks, everybody, have a great week. See you next Thursday.
See you.
Don't forget Comics by Night, Friday mornings at 5. We're archived over at Indie Comics Network, Comic Book Black Belt. Sunday Funny, it's 9 a.m. over at Indie Comics Network, Comic Book Black Belt, Randy Zim YouTube channel. Most importantly, folks, be kind to each other. Spread positivity over creativity out there, especially on those so-called social platforms.
So-called social. Nice. That was good.
Most importantly, folks, be careful out there.
Yeah.
Let's be careful out there. Let's be careful out there. We had a 187 at the 7-Eleven on the corner of 4th and Main. 2 Caucasians of the male persuasion put a bullet through the cashier's brain. Moving on, I see it 211, half a dozen 459, 2 AEWs or DTA, and several miscellaneous crimes. Homicide, arson, robbery, rape, everybody gets their share. Crime never sleeps, so stay awake. Let's be careful out there.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.